Markets on their way down. You can't get away from Twitter or X, depending on what you call it, without someone telling you that the market's over, that Trump's destroyed the economy, and ultimately we all missed the bull run. Well, I'm going to talk through a couple of things that might just change your opinion, what's going on at the macro level, and why this could be the greatest economic revival of the US that has ever been seen, or certainly it was maybe last seen in 1981. We're going to break down some key things. You need to watch this video if you're invested in cryptocurrency. So hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. With that being said, let's get into it. So right now, markets once again are on a decline for a Sunday. Bitcoin down about 6.5%. It's a pretty strong push down, hovering just around the 80,750 and breaking down. But is this deliberate? Are we seeing a genuine reason as to why markets are collapsing? Well, there is the debate right now going on that Trump's doing on purpose. This tariff news, as well as a weakening dollar, are pushing markets down. And unfortunately, risk assets tend to get hit the worst. You've also got a massive government bill coming through this week that could even see the government shut down come March the 15th. Now, this is a bill all about spending and how they're going to spend it. House Republicans introducing their spending bill, aiming to fund government agencies through to September 30th and setting the stage. Now, this will be looking for a bipartisan bill approval. The reality here is, though, this is where Trump is going to try and get this policy through. And I guess the reality from his standpoint is how they get the markets moving. Quote, "I ask you to give us a few months until September so we can continue to get the nation's fiscal house in order." It's important to think about how this plays through. So why is this important? Well, you have to go back to the era of Reaganomics. This was obviously a shout to Ronald Reagan, who took a very similar position back as the 40th US president. Now, he served from 1981 to 1989, and his policies were all about widespread tax cuts, decreased social spending, increased military spending, and deregulation of domestic markets. Sound familiar? Well, the reality is these are some of the key things aligned then to the economic boom that we saw on the back of the Reagan presidency. This was a key thing. The fact that he did the same short-term pain, which ultimately led to a renaissance in American economics. Very interesting. You're definitely going to hear more about Reaganomics very soon. So I guess, what are we seeing? Is Trump seeing this? Are we starting to see some things come to fruition? Well, you only have to take a look at the potential Fed watch. This is the market determination of whether we're going to see rate cuts or not. Now, the first Fed meeting is coming up in about 9 days, the 19th of March, and we're looking at a very, very flat non-mover. I think it's fair to say. But before we go even nearer to that, there is obviously this week where we have some key fundamentals. Core CPI is coming, as well as CPI, the Consumer Price Index report, which we are looking for a decrease of around 0.2%. This could be very good for markets. Likewise, looking into Thursday, core PPI coming in as well, where the Producer Price Index may even drop 0.1%. This could be very, very bullish. But there is more, particularly when we look at the Fed. But before we go there, by the way, don't forget, if you are looking to trade crypto and take advantage of this volatility in the market, head on over to BLOFIN, link in the description. Currently, we're offering you 50% cash back with all of your signups and your deposits. Deposit $500, get $250 in a voucher to go and trade on their markets, all your favorite cryptos, with up to a big leverage that you can trade. Now, this is limited to only the first 200 people signing up with the link, and people are already there and making some pretty big gains. So if you are interested, check out today's sponsor, BLOFIN, with that link in the description, and go and grab yourself a 50% cashback on your deposits. Now, let's talk about the Fed some more. The original deciding factor would have been back here in July. This was the first moment where we thought a rate could come in. Well, it's suddenly starting to move a little bit nearer as markets look to get a rate cut. This is Donald Trump's way of forcing a rate cut, bringing the equity market down, bringing bond and treasury yields down as well, are going to be a key factor in bringing inflation down. The reality is, going back to Reaganomics, the less inflation means that people have more money, allows you to cut taxes and still keep aligned to the government spending bill that's going to be proposed. This is obviously a key factor in what's going on with the market. So the fact that we see such a decline in the market, but then you double down on a DXY that is continuing to come down, as well as a wider market correction. This isn't just about crypto. This is a deliberate decline in the economy of the US for very good reason. Bring yields down, bring inflation down, and put more money back into consumers' pockets. We'll get the first date of that this week when it comes to the CPI report. But many of you may ask, well, why? Why would Donald Trump be so bullish on cryptocurrency and yet somehow seems to be rugging us underneath? Well, the reality is sometimes it's not always the best thing to look at the media and what people are saying, but understand what's going on in the background, and you only have to look here. Will the big finance continue to stack their bags on Bitcoin as well as Ethereum, USDT, and much, much more? In the last 4 days alone, they've bought $10 million worth of Bitcoin, $10 million worth of Ethereum, $1.45 million worth of Move token, and $500,000 of stablecoin. What does that tell us? Well, if the market's going to zero, will the big finance have just bet big on it going down? The reality here is this could be the biggest plan that we hear for years to come. Forget Reaganomics. Could Trumponomics take over and bring in the new golden age for cryptocurrency and the stock market? It's definitely something worth thinking about. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Let me know, are you bullish or bearish on the market? I'm curious as always. And again, thank you so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed this type of content, don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget, check out that link for BLOFIN in the description. I'll see you guys in the next one.